Yo, people, what's going on? It's Egal Talks About. We're back again with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to everyone joining us from Dan Potts' channel. Big up to all of you guys joining us from Dan's channel. We're live right away. Dan's just joined us actually right now. He's here quick. What's going on, Dan? How you doing?
Yeah, big up, bro. Yeah, apologies for being a couple of minutes late. I literally just finished with 12th man, so I've come over here. They should be over here, so hopefully they raid you. So big up to everyone.
No worries, bro. We already got what is it? We already got like 200 people in the building. Please do hit the like button, people. Shout out to the 200 people in the house. Dan, we got a lot to talk about. I'm going to be on the show tonight. We're going to be talking about it on your channel also. But I just feel like this is a good opportunity for us to speak without everyone else jumping in, having a back and forth. So I think we just have to start at Anfield. I seen your post match. You seen mine with Husam's. Kind of got heated. Did you not see it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. And
let's talk.
Go on. Ask away, man. Ask away.
No. Go ahead. What do you think of the game?
I'll start and I'll break it up in bits how I saw it. Okay, so the team selection confused me. There was only really two positions that confused me. One of which got answered straight away because I would have played Ben White at right back, but he wasn't fit. So Calafiori started. I actually thought, for the record, Calafiori had a good game and has had a good game for quite some time. The only position that I questioned Egal was Merino. I never understood that one. I don't think it worked. It was certainly going to be this potential question mark over a tactical masterclass if it worked. It didn't work. It was a shambles. And Merino should never be playing ahead of Odegaard, Eze, or Nwaneri, in my opinion, in attacking midfield role. I think that is a schoolboy error by the manager. And I was hoping I was going to be completely put in the mud and that Merino was going to score, be man of the match, be our most creative player and take us to another level in creativity. That didn't happen. So that was the first one I was confused about. Then Saliba gets an ankle injury in the warm-up and plays on. The fitness team and Arteta need to hold a massive L there because that should not be happening. Even if he says, I want to play, I'm okay. You're not, mate. You've just told me you've rolled your ankle. You're out. See you after the international break. So he plays 4 minutes later, shock horror, he goes down. He can't play. What? Oh my God, Saliba can't play. 4 minutes ago, he told me he was injured, but oh my God, why is he injured now? Funny that he's injured. Again, I'll big up Mosquera. I thought Mosquera was ridiculously good, and I think he looks like an excellent signing. So I'm big fan of what Andrea Berta and Arteta have done with that signing. I think that's an excellent signing for Mosquera from Arsenal. And then the game plays ahead, and there's nothing really. Did we dominate possession? Absolutely. We had all the ball. Everyone got plenty of touches, but I didn't see any creativity. I didn't really see any attack-minded play. I saw a lot of negative stuff in terms of going backwards and sideways and backwards. And it was as if Gabriel was going, I haven't had the ball yet. Come on. Hey, no, I've got it. Right. Who hasn't had it next? Right. Calafiori, back to me. Yeah. And Noni, Madueke and Martinelli are like, hello, are we playing? No, okay, cool. You just pass around to the back then. So I just wasn't interested in that football. It was boring. It was like, we've come here for a draw. I thought when Merino was in the midfield. Sorry, my back. Did I lag? My back. Can you hear me? Oh, no. Is that me or him?
That's me. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm back. So I looked at it and thought, yeah, there's definitely a negative approach coming here from Merino starting, and then the way that we're playing, I think he's going for a draw. And then the second half proved to me that we were a little bit. I just felt Liverpool would just picked it up a bit, basically. So I thought, okay, this is fine. Liverpool are going to have their moment in the game. Arsenal have had a couple of chances. Noni Madueke's had one shot on target. Noni Madueke, I thought a couple of times, did get the better of Gyokeres and did give a bit of a nuisance. I thought Noni Madueke was one of Arsenal's better players. Not that said a lot. Martinelli was poor. Gyokeres didn't have any creativity or service or anything fed to him. So it was a quiet half. In the second half, I don't know why it took this manager 70 minutes to make changes. Where's Eze? Where's Odegaard? Where's Nwaneri? Where's Dowman? Bring them all on because at the moment this ain't happening. He had Trossard on the bench as well, I believe. So when I look at it in that respect, I think Mikel Arteta has to hold a huge L here. The goal, can't do anything about it. I thought it was a worldy, unbelievable goal. Raya, could he have done better? Maybe, but I don't think people are saving that. I think it's just a ridiculous strike. And that wins them the game. We had no answer from that. Eze, I still don't know how he didn't get a shot away. I didn't like the way Arteta kind of called him out a bit and said if Eze shoots and scores there, it's all good. I don't think that looks good. Whether he intentionally meant to do that or not, don't look good and sound good. And that's my thoughts, man.
He didn't really call them out. I think people need to stop taking things out of context and making it something that it's not. He's not saying Eze has to score there. He's simply saying if we score in that situation, nobody's talking. Like, at least you have to try to get a shot on, but it happened. And he's just simply telling people, like, calm down. Like, people are acting like Arsenal didn't have any opportunities to score. And he's just pointing out, reminding everyone that we did have a clear opportunity to score. It's just unfortunate he didn't get the shot on target.
Look, I totally agree with what you're saying. If it has come across like that, or is supposed to come across like that, I think the way it's been written doesn't look good. So it doesn't look good. It looks, well, if Eze shoots and he goes in there, it's like, hang on a minute, don't blame this on Eze. Like, this was you. You was not attacking at all. You was not attack minded whatsoever. You shit your pants, as you always do when you go to big grounds. You've never won at Anfield. You've never won at Etihad for a reason, because they're the two big boys, and you get scared and you have to shut up shop, which is why you picked Marino instead of Nwaneri. Oh, Erdegaard wasn't fit. Play Nwaneri then. Oh, Eze's only just come to the club. Play Nwaneri then. Why are you playing Marino ahead of Ethan Nwaneri when he played in that position against Leeds? It is a shocking decision, Egal. Shocking.
All right, let's get back to this. First thing, were the tactics wrong or were the selection wrong? Because I think the tactics were right. The selection was wrong, in my opinion. I think Arteta's tactics were correct. I think he's used those same tactics to win us games away at Tottenham, win us games at the Emirates versus City, win us games multiple times throughout the years. And I think the tactics, in the way that we had it, it was a cagey game. We did not let them turn it into a basketball game like it was at Old Trafford. We kept more control of this game. And for the first 45 minutes, we were the much better team. I thought Zubimendi and Noni Madueke were so good in that first, 45 minutes. And in the second half, what happened was, after Curtis Jones came on, Dan, it changed the game for them. And they were on the ascendancy. Now, my question to you is, what do you think about my point? I don't think we were necessarily wrong to go into the game with the tactics of having a cagey game and trying to get something out of it. Because in the day, if it wasn't for the free kick, I don't see Liverpool scoring. And for Arsenal, the selection of not playing either Ethan, Odegaard, or Eze ended up costing us, because we lacked the creativity in the final third. They were vulnerable, as you said in your AFTV watch along. They're vulnerable. They're there for the taking. It's just we didn't have the difference makers on the pitch. One, I'm not making any excuses with injuries or anything like that. I'm just simply saying the players that were available, he did not use them to the best of their abilities, in my opinion. And that's where my issue is, with the team selection rather than the tactics.
I'll tell you why I've got a problem with both, okay? I definitely agree with you on the team selection. I think anyone can see that. The Marino should not be playing. It's an absolute crazy criminal offence that Marino was our attacking midfielder when we've spent 70 million on one that's on the bench, a captain who's a creative master apparently on the bench, a youngster 18 who showed quality against Leeds on the bench, for a player that's a left attacking 8 that's now playing in the number 10 role. Bizarre. That was bizarre. Team selection wrong, in my opinion. Only by that player, though, by the way. Everyone else had to play. There was
Martinelli also.
Maybe, okay, so maybe Martinelli. I was going to say,
I don't want to see Martinelli starting.
Yeah, we'll come on to that, because that's just got to stop now. He's just been absolutely shocking, right? So Eze and Nwaneri should have been playing instead of Marino and Martinelli. I think we both agree on that. But the reason the tactics were negative and not right were because he did this against Manchester United, and everyone said, Christ, you play like that, you ain't going to win the league. Yes, we got the 1-0, but you ain't going to win the league. He went and did it again for the first 25 minutes against Leeds. And a set piece against Manchester United and Leeds potentially opened the game up. Now, it didn't work at Manchester United, because actually they did all right, I thought. It worked at Leeds, the floodgates opened. We went into the same thing at Anfield. Play shut up shop, get some corners. Corner, it's going in. Didn't go in. Corner, it's going in. What about open play? Don't play open play. Corner, that's a chance to score. Set piece, that's a chance to score. It's 0-0. Shit, we've lost 1-0. What, so Mikel, you've set up playing 4 centre-backs and 3 central defensive midfielders, and you've lost the game 1-0. Let alone draw it 0-0 or go 1-1, not win it 2-1 or not win it 1-0. You've lost it by playing 7 defenders on the pitch. That's how bad you are, that you have lost the game at Anfield. That is a poor managerial game. It was a poor L for Mikel Arteta. Tactically, no ounce of attack-minded thinking. Nothing. The only chance that we had that I ever got me off my seat a little bit was when Eze went through, and he should have started and played him longer. And when Noni Madueke beat Gyokeres, and in my opinion, should have done better with the delivery to put it across. That was kind of it, Egal. There was nothing else, bro.
But then,
now, Liverpool
don't you
didn't
feel
have
like?
either, but come on, man, it was poor.
Don't you feel like the free kick and the fact that Liverpool went on to win with that free kick has basically changed everyone's mind about the whole performance?
No, because at 0-0, it would have been the same. It would have taken the point, but it would have been like poor performance. But we take the point, get out of there. Both teams stinky. See you later. I agree.
Let me rephrase it.
Scoring,
does the late winner impact how you think about the game and how it played out?
No, because we were just as bad performance-wise, even if we would have won it 1-0 or 0-0. Just like Old Trafford, you walked off going, take it, but it weren't great.
Do you think that way when we played Tottenham at their house when Gabriel scored last year?
Did I think what?
Were you of the same mindset when we played Tottenham and we scored with the header and we won the game?
Yeah, I was at the same with most of the games that we played last year. It was exactly the same as this, weren't it? That was why we wanted to see. Look, Egal, I totally appreciate that if you're going to be playing Havertz and Martinelli, who we mentioned is not good enough on the left, and you're going to be playing Marino and it's kind of, we might be looking at it thinking, Christ, let's get out of here. We've just spent 300 million and we're still playing the same. Like it's got the shackles have got to come off. Otherwise, he's going to go. And I know you don't want that, but he is going to leave Arsenal if he does not change things up. It is so boring. It is so negative. And he has got into that game thinking, just don't lose it. And he's lost it. And on top of that,
I completely disagree. And I've seen multiple people saying this.
I'd say fair play. That was unlucky. We're going for top 4. Don't matter. Liverpool going to win the league. It doesn't matter. We go play it next week and we try and get in the top 4. I'll be with you going fair play. We ain't good enough to compete with Liverpool. We weren't able to win the game. But we tried. We tried to go for a 0-0. We didn't get it. They ended up beating us. We go to the next game. But we're not going for top 4. We're going for a title, mate. That was a 6-pointer.
All right. I seen Jan Hortov say this, and I'm gonna bring it up now because I think it's the perfect time to bring it up. This, I think, is an agenda that has infiltrated the whole game. If you believe this, Dan, I don't think this couldn't be more wrong, in my opinion. One team didn't come there to win. The other team didn't come there not to lose. Liverpool were just as defensive as us. Liverpool were actually more defensive than us in the first 45 minutes. And when Jan posted this, I was fuming because I'm like, how can you sit there and actually say that we came into this game and we were not trying to win? How can you sit there and say we were the team that was just sitting back, relaxing? Liverpool at times were more defensive than us. Now, don't get me wrong. It might not be entertaining to watch. It might not be the best thing to watch, but it's not remotely close to being true. Statistically, we actually generated more in open play than them. And if you want to talk about eye test, let's not lie. Out of Mo Salah, Gyokeres, and what do you call it? Out of Ekitike and Gyokeres was more was the guy who actually created 2 chances. Ekitike didn't create nothing. I felt like there was more agendas coming out of the back of this game. People saying Arsenal came defensive. They only play defensive football. They're not here to play football, which was not even remotely true. 2 teams balanced each other. 2 teams canceled each other out. It was a 50-50 game. Arne Slot said after the game, if you were to play this game 10 times, Arsenal probably would have won it 1 time. We would have won it 1 time, and it would have been a draw 8 times out of 10. This was a 0-0 game that they luckily got a goal from.
So I agree with everything that Arne Slot has said, and I agree with half of what that guy said. Was it Jan?
Yeah.
I disagree that Liverpool came to win the game. I don't think Liverpool came to win the game. I don't think they played well enough to win the game, if I'm honest. I think everybody agreed it should have been a draw, right? What I agree with Jan is Arsenal didn't come to win the game. No way did Arsenal come to win the game when we set up with 4 centre-backs and 3 central defensive midfielders, have 1 shot on target in Noni Madueke, which was a half chance really at best, and show no attacking nous whatsoever. That's not trying to win a game. That's trying not to lose it. No? Do you not agree with that?
Bro, Liverpool were playing safe also.
Forget Liverpool. Concentrate on Arsenal. Forget Liverpool.
Bro, Liverpool were at home and they played super safe up until the 61st minute. From the 61st minute onwards, you could say maybe they pushed on more there. But even then, they never broke us down. Then, this was a draw written all over it if it wasn't for the free kick.
How did we go and win the game? How did we try and win the game?
And the tactics, I don't think were the problem, because these are the same tactics that help us win versus Man City at home, same tactics that help us win versus Tottenham away, same tactics that helped us win versus Villa last year, same tactics that helped us win all these games that we had over the last 2 calendar seasons. And when it comes to going away from home, facing your Tana rival or somebody who's up there at the top of the league, it's always a cagey game. It's always close. It's never like a 4-5 thriller like it would be if it's Tottenham, Chelsea, or Manchester United and Tottenham. I just think
what do you understand how you've contradicted yourself there, Egal? Because you've said this was never Liverpool. This was never Arsenal not going to win the game. It should have been a draw. Well, we lost it, and it should have been a draw. It should not have been an Arsenal win that. So how do we go to win the game, but when we didn't deserve to win it, and we didn't look like winning it?
Okay. If you're saying we didn't go into this game to win it, I think the tactics were correct to try to keep the game close and try to nick a goal, try to smash and grab. As for saying we weren't trying to win it, we clearly were trying to win it. It's just we were against it once we conceded the free kick.
I've lost you again, bro. Unless it's me.
Lack of bravery from the manager, if you want to talk about that with the team selection. But I don't think the game plan was wrong, because this is the same game plan that had us undefeated in 22 games against the top 6. You might say, oh, it's cautious. It's a cautious approach. That cautious approach was what led to us not losing and winning majority of these games versus original top 6.
So you don't think there was anything wrong with the way we played? It was just Ethan Nwaneri should have played in the attacking 10 and we would have won the game. Is that what you're saying?
I think Eze should have played for Martinelli, and Ethan and Odegaard should have played instead of Mikel Moreno. We not only have the same similar defensive performance, we have a much more effective attacking performance. And I think this is where Arne Slot was a little more braver, and Arteta was not as brave. If people want to say Arteta should have been more brave and put out a stronger first 11, 100% agree. But if you say the tactics are completely wrong, the personnel is wrong, not the tactics. If he had better attacking options on the pitch than Martinelli, then Gyokeres gets played in and it's 1-0 Arsenal instead of Gyokeres sitting there standing watching Martinelli kick the ball out of play.
So if Eze plays instead of Martinelli and Odegaard or Nwaneri play instead of Moreno, you think we win the game? Playing the way we did.
We at least score in the first half.
One shot on target that we had.
Bro, they only had 2 shots on target before the free kick.
Forget about what Liverpool have done.
No. But it is important when we're super critical of one side, we gauge it and compare it to the other side. Outside of the free kick, Dan, they had 2 shots on target. So
okay.
We had
one more shot on target. Scored 1 goal. Okay,
we had more shots than them.
1 goal. Okay,
we had more shots.
Yeah, that's fine.
We had higher
Liverpool
XG than them in open play.
Goal, right? They have 1 worldie that goes in, and we nothing. We don't give them a sniff other than that. Agreed. Then we come to our attack. You think with the changes of Eze and Nwaneri or Odegaard instead of Moreno and Martinelli, that we would have scored 2 goals to win it 2-1 because they'd already scored their free kick?
We would have at least been up 1-0, most likely, because we were the much better team in the first half. We were just lacking that end product in the final third. What
chance would Eze or Nwaneri have scored that Martinelli and Moreno did not? Or what would they have done?
Martinelli was in the half space like that. He was in that left 10 position, dribbling with the ball, 2-on-1, and he doesn't even play the pass for what do you call it, Gyokeres, and he ends up kicking the ball out of bounds. Eze in that situation is much more dangerous, and we potentially get something from that. Similar situation whenever Gyokeres was getting the ball in the final third, or anybody was getting the ball in the final third to play it back, it was always Timber who was receiving the ball. If we had Ethan or Odegaard on the pitch in that position, you would have seen more. In my opinion, Dan, the way the game is being analyzed, it's being analyzed from the aspect of the team selection is wrong, which also means the tactics is wrong, which also means we were too defensive. When you look at Liverpool, they were just as defensive. They were just lucky that they got a goal. We actually had more shots. We had more everything in the first half. In the second half, they came alive for the last 20, 30 minutes. And in that period, they got a fluke goal, amazing world goal, And fair play, you hand it to them. But let's not rewrite history and act like Liverpool were the superior team, or they were going to go on to win, and we were never going to go on to win this game. Because as they missed a chance, as Arteta pointed out, and I think it is crucial to point out, that was the best chance of the game for both teams.
Look, I agree. I think we both agree that Mikel Arteta was the issue and the reason we lost this game. But you think it's team selection. I think it's team selection and poor tactics in terms of no attacking now. I don't think our attack was anywhere near good enough. And I don't think it was just the personnel, because we've had Havertz up top and I've not been happy. Now we've got Gyokeres up top and he's absolutely dead in the last couple of away games because no one's passing him the ball. We've got Martinelli out there, Trossard out there. We've had Saka. We've had Sterling, we've had Willian, we've had Trossard, we've had Lacazette, Aubameyang, Smith Rowe, Nelson, Nketiah. All of our attack is dead. Why, Egal? Why is Arteta not an attack-minded manager?
Martinelli's not that good, bro. Why are we acting like Martinelli?
What about all the others? What about all the other players I've just rolled off?
I'm not trying to make any excuses, but our best attacker was not there. Like, let's not act like.
Why can't he get the best out of any attacking player unless it's Saka then?
Bro, Gyokeres had a decent game. He created 2 chances. Madueke was doing well. I don't think we can sit here and say, oh, why wasn't our attack not good? Bro, how many teams go to Anfield and score 3-4 goals? Like,
I didn't expect that. I actually went for 1-1 was my prediction. I didn't expect it.
My prediction was 1-0. Unfortunately, I was right, but it was for the wrong team.
Yeah, I was too optimistic. I went for a draw. I should have gone for a loss.
Can you admit, though, Martinelli, Noni, Madueke, and Gyokeres playing as a front three for the first time with no creativity behind them is the real reason why our attack was poor.
I agree, and I agreed with you on that. I think the team selection was poor, but I don't think that this guy, even if he played Eze in the 10 or Eze on the left and Ødegaard in the 10, I don't think that we would have won the game, because I have seen Ødegaard against Man United. I have seen Gyokeres against Man United. I have seen us play all of pre-season and have the same thing. If we play like this the rest of the season,
we won the game versus City. We won the game versus Spurs. We won the game versus Aston Villa.
Are we going to win the league playing like that?
But 1 second. But this is how we got so close to even competing for the league, playing this kind of tactics in these big games. Let's not act like these tactics have worked for 22 games. All of a sudden, we lose one Big Six game, and it's like Arsenal can't win these kind of games. The agenda from Gary Neville and these idiots who used to go away to Arsenal and say, if we get a draw, it's good enough. Or go away to Chelsea and say, if we get a draw, it's good enough. All of a sudden, if Arsenal get a draw away at Liverpool, it's an absolute shambles. These people are ridiculous. Do you know Klopp's record? Klopp's record, his whole time in the league, Pep's record, his whole time in the league, one has won 1 game away at City. The other one has won 2 games. The other one only won 2 games. So it's like Pep won 1 game away at Anfield and Klopp won 2 games away at City. And Arsenal are expected to go out there, play expansive football. Why are we held to a higher standard than everybody else?
We didn't even try and play any form of expansive football. I don't know what football it was. It was just shut up shop and shit yourself, don't lose. And we lost.
No, but Dan, do you not acknowledge we're holding ourselves to?
Why did we lose the game? Why do you think we lost the game?
We lost the game because of a magical moment, a free kick, Thanos snap.
Nothing to do with Arsenal. It was all Liverpool were lucky. Lucky magic shot.
No, really, if you look back at it, we should have had a better team selection out there. But I do think the main reason why we ended up losing this game was because of the poor team selection and the lack of changes quick. Arteta should have made a change quicker. The moment Arne Slot brought on Curtis Jones, he should have reacted and brought on somebody else.
Look, I personally agree with everything you've said about the team selection, and he should have brought the team together. He should have brought it.
Do you disagree with this?
Disagree with? Go on.
Arteta, Liverpool did not create any situations that were of danger. That's true.
Yeah, I don't think Liverpool were great at all. I don't think they suffered, like he said. I've never seen Liverpool suffer this much at Anfield. If that's them suffering, winning 1-0, then crikey, I don't know what suffering is. But for me, I don't think that Liverpool were great. Liverpool fans said they weren't great. Liverpool's settling. We're the ones that should be ready. We're the ones that should be going for it. Liverpool had less pressure. No, Liverpool had less pressure. They're the champions, mate. We're the ones that have got to prove it. They're the ones that are unsettled. They're the ones that have taken 6 players out their side that are now put another 6 players in, try and improve it to go again. We had Zubimendi and Gyokeres that were different. Everyone else was the same, bro. That was it. And apparently they're the 2 better. They're the 2 upgrades.
All right, all right. To be fair, Saliba came out of the team because he had that ankle injury in warm-ups.
Which was
And
Arteta and the fitness coach's fault.
to be fair, if you've ever had like an ankle issue, you think you can walk it off, and then eventually you start feeling it again. Maybe it's not that serious. But hey,
He needs to go.
in a positive note, they waited until something bad happened for us to announce that Saka and Saliba are going to sign new deals.
That's great. I see that on my channel. That is, I tell you what, if this is true, it is phenomenal news. This for me makes me as excited as a new signing does. I know that might sound over the top, right? But this is an excellent, excellent bit of news. These two have to stay. There's just simply no other scenario. Saka, I think, will stay, and I always believed would. Saliba was always a little bit more questionable, but I believe we could get him for one more contract. I do think Saliba will end up going to Real Madrid at some point, but I hope he's in his late 20s, 30s. This is a sensational bit of business. And Andrea Berta needs to take a bow, because if he can actually bring in 8 players, get rid of 9 deadwood players, bring in all the players on contract extensions, he can sit and have a well chilled out time now, because his summer has been phenomenal. If that's the
Andrea
case,
Berta has definitely done his job well.
Facts, absolute facts. And I said this was going to be a great appointment by the Cronkies. I said this was going to be the best appointment in the Cronkies regime of what now, 18 years they've been here. This is the best thing they've done. So I have to look at this and say, fair play.
Cristhian, Mosquera, some of these signings were good deals.
Yep, excellent bit of business. I do believe that. So I do feel like, look, you've got to credit Arteta for some of these signings as well, by the way. It isn't just all Andrea Berta. Obviously,
no, you give Berta the majority of the credit, because look at some of these guys
you have to give him the majority, of course, but Arteta did select some of them as well. Like he's been a pivotal in some of them as well, right? So you have to be fair. I'm not a massive fan of Arteta at times, but you have to be fair and say fair play. They both got it right, in my opinion.
Okay, how many of these guys are Arteta signings? In my opinion, I'm looking at it, I'm saying to myself, Zubimendi and maybe Madueke. That's it.
The ones I don't know who this. Okay, the ones I do think are Andrea Berta signings are Mosquera and Gyokeres. Eze definitely, because Berta went and cooked and put Levy in a washing machine. So that's definitely Berta. The others I'm not sure. Kepa, don't know if it was Arteta or Berta.
Look at this.
No idea.
Wow. 8 incomings, 5 new contracts, and what is that? 9 players? How many did you say out?
I think there's more than 9 actually there. It's about 10 or 11.
Bro, that's 12. Freaking 12. That's 12.
I forgot about the people that have gone, like Partey. I wasn't counting Partey, Jorginho, and Tierney that obviously went as well on freeze. So
bravo. First transfer window? Bravo.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. What phase is Berta in?
Definitely phase 1 for him, I guess.
He's done brilliantly, mate. Absolutely.
There you go. Quickly, did you think it was strange that Max Dowman came on before Ethan?
Yeah, very strange actually. I thought it was strange for Ethan again. I'm not quite sure what he's doing there. I get the rotation. I think he's just using them all, because if you look at Trossard, he didn't really play, and then he came on against Leeds. Martinelli started against United, didn't play at all against Leeds. Nwaneri came on for Leeds, didn't play at all against Liverpool. So I think he's just rotating, if I'm honest. But I thought it was a bit harsh, because Ethan did well against Leeds. Dowman, a few nice touches, but couldn't really get into the game at Liverpool. I don't think he had enough time. It was like 3 or 4 minutes when he got given. But I was quite surprised that he got in ahead of Ethan. It seems Ethan is now purely a central attacking midfielder and not a wide man.
This guy's coming in with the super chat. We'll get back to that in a second. Because my whole thought on the Ethan thing, just to touch on it quickly, I thought Max Dowman is considered the backup right winger after Madueke, so he just put him in that position because he's the backup to Madueke, where Ethan is the backup to Odegaard. So why didn't he start?
I don't get that, and none of us will get that.
Yeah, but shout out to the super chat here, saying pure waffle. If and maybe hypocritical FC will Brave win anything, playing cautious, take the game by the neck and put.
No, I agree that.
Down. First things first. If I'm not mistaken, Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United always went into away games against big teams that they're challenging for the league in, saying to themselves, if we can win it, we'll win it. But if we can't win it, we cannot draw. We cannot lose. We're not going to risk losing this game. So always saying to themselves, either win or come out with a draw minimum. These guys coming out here saying, oh, you have to go there and blitz them, you have to win. Sir Alex Ferguson used to say, just get a draw away from home, win your home game, 4 points out of a possible 6 against your title rivals, and that usually is enough to go on to win the league.
We didn't draw, brother. We lost.
I know, but the last couple of years we've done that. And my point is, people are questioning our tactics, and I'm thinking those were the tactics of Sir Alex Ferguson.
Do you truly believe Arsenal did all they could? There's nothing more in the tank left to get 3 points against Liverpool.
I think we did what we could to keep the game close, cagey, and try to nick a win. It was a smash and grab kind of situation. It wasn't a situation.
I'll tell you what it was. It was a let's shut up shop. Let's put everybody at the back and let's lump balls into the box and see if we can get a couple of goals from set pieces again and win the game like we did at Old Trafford. And that, for me, is a coward's way. That's a coward's way to try and win a game. We did this at Manchester City a couple of seasons ago and lost the league. If we would have beaten them, we would have won the league. It was 0-0 and everyone was celebrating it. And I said at the time, I'm kind of feel like it was a missed opportunity. And I feel like this was a missed opportunity as well, because this was a very good time to play Liverpool. Very good time. They're not settled. They look vulnerable. We didn't test them defensively at all, Egal. We didn't test them. And Liverpool defended well. Did they? Did they really have to? I don't think there was anything for them to do. What did they do? Who did they stop? They stopped Gyokeres. Apparently did nothing. Martinelli, did he do anything? Madueke got the better of Gyokeres once, maybe twice, but Gyokeres had him in for breakfast the other times. And Marino, I mean, he's good on the press, but he's not an attacking, creative midfielder. Zubimendi and Rice covering the blades of grass like they always do, but that was no problem in the halfway circle. And defensively, we're passing it around again. And let me ask you this. Why? Answer me this. I want you and the chat to answer me this. We don't go for risks offensively because we don't want to get caught out. But he's happy for our Spanish goalkeeper to dick around with it and pass it out to Van Dijk. Make that make sense. Why are we dicking around with it at the back, but we don't go for it up top? Why does he not trust the best defence in the league, Egal? Why does he have the best defence in the league and he don't trust him? We've got the best defence and then we're going to shut up. Oh, no, don't let him attack us. So defend. Hang on, lead the defence. They're good, man. They're chill. We've got Saliba, we've got Gabriel, we've got Calafiori, we've got Timber, White, we've got Mosquera coming through, Calafiori, all these guys. And you're saying, oh, no, don't go for it. We might get caught on the break. Why does he have risk averse and then let David Raya do that? Crazy. Makes no sense, bro.
Hey, it is what it is. I don't think it's just solely just risk adverse. I think there is times where we are brave. It's just at that point in the game, we're already down. We're chasing the game. If you're brave at that point, no one's going to give you credit. She should have done it sooner. I do agree there. But my main agenda that I'm saying the media have an agenda against Arsenal is points like this. Gary Neville came out after the game saying if Arsenal don't win at Anfield, they can't win the league. And that is Gary Neville's line, right? Listen to this. In the last 25 seasons, the second place team going away to the league winners only won 5 times. Also, league winners beating the champs the season prior away, 16 times it happened, only 2 times they won. So this thing that is like you have to win, it's bullshit.
Look, losing to Anfield doesn't mean we're going to lose the league. I think Liverpool win the league, but that's not because we lost to Anfield.
No, but I'm just saying the agendas are ridiculous.
Do you think that is an agenda, or do you think it's just his opinion?
Bro, he never used to beat Chelsea and Arsenal on a regular basis to win the league.
But he tipped Arsenal to win the league, Gary Neville.
No, I'm saying as a player, his team never always went away and won against a title rival. They used to get draws most times.
Yeah, but we didn't draw. We lost.
No, I'm talking about Man United would draw.
Yeah, when we won the league in 2004, right, we had to go and beat big teams. 2002, we won the league at Old Trafford. Yeah, we beat them 1-0 at Old Trafford. We used to draw or we used to beat them. That's what we used to do. I think that's what he's trying to say, is you've got to go and get the 6-pointers at times. The problem with Arsenal over the last few seasons is we haven't beaten Man City and Liverpool, and then we've gone and lost to West Ham or Fulham or Villa and threw the league out that way. It doesn't matter if you lose to West Ham or Fulham if you beat Man City and Liverpool, because it's like a 6-pointer. If we would have beaten Manchester City 2 years ago instead of drawing 0-0, it would have been 6 points clear and we'd have won the league at the end of the season. But people say it's because we lost to Villa. It's both. That's the thing. And we might look back at this and go, crikey, we've lost the league by a bloody point. If only we would have drew at Anfield.
Did you see what they did with David Raya?
No, go on.
David Raya was asked a question about the ball.
Oh God, I heard about this as well. What is all this about new balls and stuff? Like,
So
why is it a problem, man?
So Sky Sports asked him a question about the ball, and he just answered it honestly. He's like, "Yeah, it's a new Puma ball. You need time to adjust with it, right? Adapt with it, because the flight of the ball is different, and it's a little bit
they
more
mugged him off. They mugged him off there.
So, and then guess what? Sky Sports got friggin' done because they're like, yeah, they asked a specific question, and for quick play, they intentionally left the question out.
I agree with that, and I heard it as well because I looked at it. Someone said, "Have you heard he's blaming the ball?" I clicked that and I saw that, and I thought, with the new balls, we have to adapt. So I thought, is he serious? Then I listened to it, and it's not that at all. They were asking him about it. They basically mugged him off there and clickbaited him. The media have mugged him off. That's what's happened.
This is what they do to us all the time. They want to paint Arsenal as whiny people who are just like complaining about everything, and it's like,
yeah, that is as Leanne said there, sly sports news. Sly sports news. That's what they should be called. That was sly. That was sly. That one.
What else is there? Oh, everyone's getting onto Gyokeres. Bro, is it me or did Ekitike or Salah have a better game than Gyokeres?
No, I'm with you, Egal. Honestly, we can be aligned on this one. Now, did Gyokeres have a great game? Not really. Did
he created 2 chances?
Nope. Did Salah? Nope. Did Gakpo? Not really. Did Martinelli? Nope. I haven't heard a word on Martinelli in the media, but on the rival fans. But when
the funny thing is, when he won away at Old Trafford, they're like, Gyokeres is shit. Ekitike doesn't do shit the whole game except score an offside goal. Salah was put in Calafiori's pocket, and nobody says nothing.
I agree, bro. I agree.
Gyokeres comes out of the game with the L, and they're like, ha ha ha, he's shit. They're treating him like he's a 150 million pound signing. We signed him for 55 million. He went for the same price as Westa.
Yeah. Look, Gyokeres hasn't been outstanding against Man United and Liverpool. He scored 2 goals against Leeds. He scored 1 in the pre-season. He's got 3 goals in the last 4 games. Let's just calm down a bit. We do need to feed him. We do need to create more for him. But I didn't see Florian Wirtz putting up trees again. I didn't see Salah touch the ball. I thought Gakpo was invisible, and I thought Ekitike was awful. So let's talk about them because they won the game. And this is the thing: if we would have won 1-0, and it wasn't Gyokeres, let's say it was Declan Rice who scored that free kick, right? And we won 1-0. Would they be talking about how shit Gyokeres was? Probably still. They seem to hate him. They seem to hate him, man. It's mental. For me, this is an attack style thing. It's not Gyokeres' crap.
We're held to a higher standard. That's the honest truth. In the media, Arsenal is held to a higher standard than Liverpool and Man City simply because we haven't won.
Maybe.
To Chelsea, Manchester United, think about it. How many people actually beef Liverpool? Do Tottenham care about Liverpool?
No. Everyone hates Arsenal. They've already said the most hated fan base is us. It is, but some of us are idiots though. Some of our fan base are deluded,
and some of our fan base are miserable twats.
Yeah, but that's true for every fan base. To be fair, everyone's got deluded people in it, and everyone's got. We just got to hold that. But look, that's got nothing to do with the fan base. For me, the rival fans are the issue here. They seem to be looking at Viktor Gyokeres in 3 games and saying, "What a pile of trash." Well, they're not doing that with Martinelli in the last 3 games. They're not doing that with any of the Liverpool players who've been trashed. They're not doing it with some of the Chelsea players who've been trapped, like Liam Delap or Jamie Gittens or some of their new players. Why are they doing it with Gyokeres? It's very, very weird.
You know what? Positives. Let's take positives for a second before we do the player ratings. I mean, the rating of the window. Positives for me, I'm just going to name a couple. And big up to the super chatters. So let's go quickly check out the super chatters. Egal, are you happy with the way we are playing? ? I don't think we actually have shown how we're capable of playing yet consistently. We played 3 games, guys. Of course, I'm not happy with the performance versus Manchester United. Leeds, I don't think we even played too well versus Leeds, and we scored 5 goals. And then Liverpool performance, it was always going to be a tough game. It was very underwhelming. So no, I'm not happy with how we played. Next question. Shout out to you, Tyler Jones. Says Liverpool leaky defense was the narrative before the game, and you scored nothing, and you set up scared. Fair play. We
did. He was scared. Arteta was a scaredy cat. I'm afraid he was.
Arteta should have been more brave. Played a better lineup. I agree.
He should have been more brave. It should have been.
Let's get into the next topic. The next topic, of course, is the positives. Before we move on to the rating the window, I think there is some clear positives. Calafiori putting Mo Salah in a spliff, clear positive. Mosquera coming in and filling in for Saliba seamlessly, played very well. Noni Madueke, I thought he was a really good threat. I thought he showed what he's capable of doing at times. It's just Gyokeres also had a really good game. We limited the champions, the Premier League champions, to basically nothing in their own home ground. I was quite happy with that. And then finally, with all the players that we had injured, I thought, you know what, at least even with all the players that we had injured, and Eze just finally coming into the team, we still didn't look miles off. The two teams looked level, even though we're missing Saka, Havertz, Odegaard didn't start, Saliba was injured, Ben White was injured, Jesus was injured, Norgard was injured, Eze was on the bench, and it's like, bro, that's 8 players, 7 to 8 players that are of high quality that we didn't have in the team, and we still looked solid versus one of the best teams in the country. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying there is some positives, even though we lost.
Positives for me, Calafiori, I agree. Thought he had a good game. Mosquera come on and really impressed me. That's number 2. Noni Madueke was our best player, probably, / attacker. Thought he was really good. And I've got to be honest, I actually thought Rice covered every blade of grass again and was trying and actually doing something out there to give 110%. Not that I thought he was outstanding, but certainly was trying and giving his all. There were negatives as well, but certainly they were the positives for me, man.
I think we've already spoken enough about the negatives today. That's why I want to mention. Yeah. Let's go to the final thing. The window. The window is shut. And I can't believe we got rid of Zinchenko. Edu, thank you. Edu, thank you. Edu came from nowhere. And back-to-back deadlines. Last window, he ended it off with, what do you call it? Raheem Sterling. This window at Nottingham Forest, he ended off with Zinchenko. The guy's just terrible.
So true.
Terrible.
So true, man. Zinchenko, let's talk on him very quickly. Good technically on the ball, terrible defensively, terrible off the ball, terrible positionally, awful defender, awful left back. And he has got my willing to go to Forest, man. I need him gone. So I'm so glad that he's
never coming back to Arsenal because his contract's out after this.
Oh, good. I'm glad then. Get rid of him. Awful.
Yeah. You know what? I'm happy he's gone too. As for the youngster, the guy we signed from Leverkusen, I'm happy the club is serious, bro. Two out the door, 2 in, 1 new, 1 in. I'm like, everybody I felt like we covered ourselves very well, and we've upgraded massively.
We've replaced Kivior and Tomiyasu with Mosquera and Incapaye, and both of them are supposed to be better potentially in terms of their ceiling, but also right now, from what I've seen in glimpses, they both look better than Tomiyasu. Well, they're better than Tomiyasu because Tomiyasu's never bloody fit, so they're definitely better than him. But Kivior, I think, as much as he deserves credit, Kivior, and do you know what? He goes in my willing. I hope he does well. He deserves it. He was doing well for Arsenal at the back end of the season. But this Incapaye guy apparently is very good, very, very aggressive, very good, got potential. 23 years old, can play left back and left centre back. So I think that's an upgrade on Kivior because he can play in both positions. And obviously Mosquera is an upgrade because he's fitter than Tomiyasu and better, in my opinion. So yeah.
Is it true we got 10 million for Lokonga on a real?
Yeah, apparently. That's unbelievable, man. That is unbelievable to get 10 million for him. Incredible. 10
million for Lokonga is great. With 1 year left.
Incredible. Incredible. I don't know if that's true, but from what I heard, it looked like it was.
I heard some places saying 300K, some places saying 2.5 million. I don't know, man.
No one knows then, do they?
Nobody knows the actual truth.
If it is 10 million, I'll be stunned. Absolutely stunned.
Hey, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, let's get into the actual window then. Let's break it down. So are we going to go outgoing first or incomings? Because there's the outgoings, incomings, and there's also the potential new signings. I think we did amazing with the re-signings. Madueke, Ethan, Gabriel, Saliba, and Saka on the way. That in itself, it makes the window much better, right? So we're going to break it down. So outgoings, Carl Hein, good riddance. Nuno, that was agreed previously. You obviously want to keep Kieran Tierney. I think you like him.
Zinni, I like Zinni, but I understand why he wants to go because he don't like Arteta. Don't rate him. So
yeah, Zinni, Tomiyasu, Kivior, Partey, Jorginho, Sambi Lokonga, Vieira, Mosquera, Nelson. The thing about this is not one player on this list went for big money, but not one player on this list am I saying we're really going to miss him.
We're not going to miss any of them. Kieran Tierney, if he's fit, is our best left back at the club. Other than that, they're all not there. And Partey, obviously, I don't want to talk too much on him, but he's obviously a very good footballer. However, Karl Hein, goodbye. Nuntavage, goodbye. Zinchenko, goodbye. Tomiyasu, like him, but not fit, so goodbye. Kivior wants first team football, goodbye. Partey and Jorginho, goodbye. Sammy Lokonga, goodbye. Vieira, see you later. Marquinhos, what the hell was that signing anyway? And Nelson, I hope he does well. I really do. But no money for any of them. I mean, obviously Kivior, that's it. Nelson, it's a straight loan. Vieira's an option to buy, and Zinchenko is a straight loan from what I understand as well. But obviously he'll be going, as you've mentioned. So yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe we could have got more for Kivior, but that's it.
And then the final piece. We got a goalkeeper, we got 2 defenders, 2 midfielders, 2 wingers, and then a striker. Yep. Honestly, Dan, going into the window, if I told you we were going to get 8 players, we were going to get all these positions sorted, you would have said to us, I'm happy.
I would have said you're smoking crack. There's no way I thought this was going to happen, mate. 8 players is incredible. And I think he's covered all positions that we need other than potentially an out-and-out left winger, but we also believe Eze will probably be that. Kepa is a backup goalkeeper. I'll take it or leave it, but we need one. In Kapaye, I'm looking forward to seeing what he's about because I hear good things. Mosquera, I've been very impressed. Norgard's an El Neni or Jorginho type replacement, isn't he? He's going to come in and be a squad player. Zubamendi, I like what I see early days. Eze, massive fan of Eze. I think he's unbelievable. And Gyokeres is the striker that I wanted outside of Isak. Madueke now makes a little bit more sense because when we spent that much money on him, everyone was losing their heads, including me, because I thought genuinely that was going to be our winger. To get Eze on top of that makes the Madueke signing make more sense. So I think it's a good window, Egal. I do. I think it's good. And with the contracts as well and the outgoings. I mean, yeah, like if we can get Saliba and Saka tied down, we basically, like, Berta's done his job. He's literally ticked everything off. Do you know what I mean? Like so maybe a Rodrigo would have made it like a 9 out of 10 window. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, or 9.5 out of 10 window with all that happening. But it's still like a 7.5, 8, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? When people said, oh, it's a 7.5, 8 last window. No, it wasn't. We had Sterling and Marino and Calafiori. It wasn't a 7 out of 10, man. This is what I kept saying to people. This is a 7 or 8 out of 10, not bloody 7 or 8 when you get Sterling last deadline day. But I don't know what people watch, bruv. Honestly, it's mad. It's mad.
Bro, I don't think anybody was giving 7 or 10s last window.
Robbie and some people did. I'll give it a 7 because we have got Marino and Calafiori covered and we've got some players out. I'm like, what?
This is a 9 for me. I don't know about anybody else. This is a 9 for me.
Yeah, I'm not giving it a 9. It's definitely not a 10.
Think about it. This is my math. We got 3 level raisers in Zubamendi, Gyokeres, Eze. We got 8 players in through the door to cover our squad depth, and I feel like we've solved a lot of our issues. And I look at I
think it's a 7, 8. I'm not going to go as high as you, but I do get it. It's a very good way. It's the best window we've had in a long time.
What's it missing for it to be a 10?
To be a 10, the quality of player. Need 10 out of 10 for me is like you go get Isak, Rodrigo, Wirtz, Zubamendi, that kind of Eze, that kind of.
That's not going to happen, though.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can't give a 10. That's just unrealistic. 10 out of 10. I'm never going to give
Robbie
a 10.
Gave this window a 12 out of 10. Damn.
I know he would give it. He says. I think it's. I think people giving it. Let me be fair. People giving it a 10, I think, is crazy. People giving it an 8 or a 9, I can say yes.
No, but you got to understand. People giving it a 10,
under a 7 or a 6. I don't really get that for me.
But can we agree this is the best transfer window we've ever had in the Emirates era?
100%. 100%. Yeah, 100%. This is easily the best. I'm going to ask this question tonight, and I'm genuinely interested to see what the panel say, as I know people will probably give it 5s and 6s, but I don't agree with that. I actually cannot. I don't think anyone can give it a 5 or a 6 out of 10. I think that's really harsh. Because to get 8 players in, come on, man. Like that are all an upgrade. Whether you believe it to be a great signing or not, because you don't quite really know the player or you're not quite sure yet. Madueke is an upgrade on Sterling and Nelson. Whether you think Madueke is the right signing, he's an upgrade on what we had. Incapaye is an upgrade. Eze is an upgrade. Gyokeres is an upgrade. Zubamendi, not sure if it's an upgrade on Partey, but certainly no massive downgrade on what we had. And obviously Mosquera is an upgrade on Tomiyasu because he's fit. Kepa's better than Neto. So we have improved. Whether we've improved to the elite level, well, we've got to find out. Mikel Arteta's got to show that.
Big up to super chat here. It says, my rival perspective, I feel Arsenal have the most polarized fan base, negative haters, most positive happy clappers. Most are in the middle, of course. Fair, fair.
Okay. His opinion, yeah.
And quickly, Dan, before we finish off, do you remember this?
Real talk, mate. Yeah, I don't think you realise how effed we are going into this season.
We are finishing
even if we start, we're finishing above Manchester City.
Yeah, because they're still shit defensively.
Are you mad?
They're shit defensively. They might be better
actually being serious.
I'm dead serious. They're not better than us.
What about with Rodri coming in? With Rodri coming in, Cherky coming in, Reinders coming in. By the way, he was a baller. Livramento, they reckon they're getting.
Bro.
Huh?
Reinder's a pine cone. They're gonna walk right past him.
Really?
Have you watched him?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't.
But defensively, he's a
Reinders is quality, bro.
Yeah, he's a baller. Everyone loves him. They see him on his eyes, but defensively, he's not that.
They got Rodri back, bro.
On one occasion, you gotta be like, yo, Egal, you're right.
You were right to say they were poor defensively because they really are. But Reinders, I rate him. I thought he was unbelievable against Wolves. But yeah, no, listen, Man City, they look.
That was 2 games ago.
I'll say this, man. I don't actually think Man City look great in any department. Like, I know that Haaland scores goals and I get it, but Rodri's back. But I don't think they look good out wide. I think their wingers are poor. Like, Oscar Bob looks like a good young talent. I'm not going to give him any stick because he's young. But Foden's disappeared. Marmouche is probably their best one, but Savio and Doku, not for me. Obviously, in defense, I don't know what they're doing. And they got rid of Akanji as well. So it's like they got any strength in depth defensively. I don't know, man. I don't think Man City are going to win the league. I never thought they would. I thought it was always going to be Liverpool. I think it's going to be Liverpool and Arsenal. And I said we come second again, LA, because that's what we're good at doing. So let's see what we do, man. Hopefully we win it, man. Hopefully we win it.
Hopefully we do. Anyways, I'm going to send you guys over to Mr. Waffle. Do me a favor. Go show Mr. Waffle some love. New account. Literally has like 100 subscribers. There's at least 600 of you guys here right now. So go at least give him some subscribes and tell him Egal and Dan sent you. And yeah, love for the love, people. You already know what it is. I'm going to be on Dan Potts' channel tonight at 9 o'clock. And it's going to be epic. So check you guys out there. Peace out, people.